Scott Parker says that Manchester City is the best team he's ever seen. Nedum as they dismantled his Bournemouth side 4-0, and Erling Haaland didn't even score.
He didn't, but he had an assist.
Yeah, for Gundogan.
If we're going to play the PR game, he had an assist.
No, I was just saying.
I get it, because I think for Scott Parker, he played the game a lot of years. He's managed a few sides. He's played against City and so on, and managed against City. And I'm going to reference this through Erling Haaland. So a lot of people have seen how he only had 8 touches, he only made 2 passes, but he still had a big impact, because for the way that City play and the way that he plays within that setup, you have to take his run seriously. He's not somebody. I think there was a game last season with, I think it was Chelsea Palace, where Lukaku had 2 touches or something.
Yeah, something like 16 touches or something.
But he didn't really have an impact, because firstly, people weren't looking for him, and secondly, he wasn't really making the sort of runs whereby they could as well. And so the way that the other team defended him was different to, say, the way Bournemouth would have to defend against Haaland. And I think with that, like, a question for you: how many touches do you want your striker to have in a game?
I don't know. I mean, I think
that's low. That's obviously low.
That's low.
But
No, but in the sense that if you're Haaland, though, are you happy by touching the ball only 8 times?
No. You 100% will not be. But then maybe this is the exception and not the rule.
No, that's true.
That's the thing. And I think when you come up against sides who will, say, have 1 million players back defensively, you as the focal point of a side like this, you will have the fewest touches of anybody in your team.
Yeah.
And that's the same all across the board.
because they had 70% of the ball.
Exactly. Like, City have got 70% of the ball, and most of it's going to be with their backline and their midfield, deeper midfielders. Like, if you, Cancelo might have 70 touches, 80 touches. But for him, I think he understands his position and he doesn't roam. He continues to do that job. And I think that for them is going to be a positive long term. And I think if, there are a few moments where I think Foden could have squared onto him, there's still that sort of thing where they don't expect somebody to be there yet, but they've got a 6'2" Norwegian striker desperate to score that's in and around it. So I guess when they look for him more and he links up better and understands better, he'll have more touches.
It was interesting to see what Pep said after the game, when there's that chance where Foden has a shot and he's saved by Travers, when he can easily have squared the ball and Haaland was there on his own and it would have been a tap-in, and he didn't cross. And Pep says, like all of us, he should have crossed the ball. And Pep said, but that in their head, because they've played so many years without a number 9, that you maybe would not have someone in that position to square the ball to.
Yeah.
Then the first reaction for a Foden, a De Bruyne, a Bernardo Silva, a Mahrez is to take that shot.
Yep.
And that now they just need to get used to think that the big Norwegian is going to be there. So you can pass the ball there.
Yeah, for sure. I think to give them more credit, and obviously people are like, oh my gosh, this ex-City players giving Man City credit.
No,
but to give them more credit, what they've been so good at, as is the case for Liverpool, is understanding the right pass, the right run, and the right everything based on whatever formation they're playing.
Yeah.
So City maybe Foden didn't square that ball there because he's not expecting to see a 9 there. But then City have also scored over 200 goals in the last 2 seasons combined without a number 9.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
like, they've been making the right decisions more often than not, but now the right decision has changed because there's somebody else there who's going to be in a different spot to say the way somebody else would be.
Yeah, it's a good, interesting discussion.
Yeah, it's for sure.
Going back to Man City, Nedum, there's still a lot of noise around Bernardo Silva's future. But tell me something, why would they let him go, please? Because I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think they want to let him go.
Right.
But one thing which they say openly, and you can probably see from their transfer policy, is they say if somebody doesn't want to stay or they want to go, they'll allow them the opportunity if the price is right. It's not somebody that's been put on a transfer list.
Yeah.
And, he's been a significant part of the club for many years now. But like I say, I think one thing which they have in this moment is sort of leverage. If somebody says that they want to leave, what they're leaving is one of the best clubs and teams in the world, with the greatest ambition as on any team on planet Earth. So when those people say they want to leave, it must be quite significant that they want to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And in fairness to them, if somebody says they want to leave, you'd rather have a happy group of players as opposed to 99% of them happy and 1 or 2 not happy, because that sort of unhappiness can be the reason why you don't end up winning a league, because when it comes down to there being 1 point difference, maybe that 1 point came when somebody didn't run back as much as they should have done, because there's some level of sadness within them.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.